Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Only One Little Podcast. As always, it's Jose. Um, I have a really interesting show for you guys today. Um, I mean, it's well, I mean, to be fair, they are like my other episodes. So before we get that, normally we usually say, "Oh, watch out for this" or this and that. But things are actually gonna be different actually because, whew, sorry, still tired. But basically, yeah, we get to the part where it's like, oh, expect this and that. So starting next week, I will start n- not just putting the podcast on YouTube, but which again, if the reason like some of these episodes are out of order is because I can record them on my camera. I mean, I'm still having issue with that. However, my laptop, that issue's fixed. I mean, nothing wrong with that. However, it's how do I put this? Um, yeah, sorry, I was trying to pull up something. However, I will be putting two videos um next week. One will be the podcast. The other is gonna be one of my merch videos that I've been working on for a while. Um, long story short, I couldn't find. Okay, for context, for the original unboxing that I did, well, not the one that I have, but the one that I did prior to that, like months ago. I think it was like a year ago. I couldn't get it on, because I didn't have the equipment for it. But now that I do, I'm gonna put that on YouTube. However, I just want to go on record saying that I tried looking for the with the audio, not the audio, the footage. I could only come up with half of the footage, so long story short, you're probably gonna get only half of that video. I will put a disclaimer saying, like second half of the footage lost, blah 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 blah. But I will comment saying, okay, like yeah, I could find it. I spent this much on this, blah blah blah. You know. Um. So yeah, I'm also gonna do that with the other one, with my second audio, sorry, with the second unboxing of my merch. That one I have all the footage. I just have to edit all that. Um, that should be coming within like either the end of the month or like the first week of April. I haven't decided yet, so be on the lookout for that. So, with that out of the way, I just want to say it's also, by the way, if this comes out a little bit rushed, it's because my work schedules kept me really busy. And long story short, um, I'm pushing it towards the the they put these videos out. But nonetheless, it will come on Friday. As for the unboxing one, I'm not sure when. I can just edit that and while I'm recording. But um, yeah, that's it. So moving on. So another thing I wanna keep in mind is that I am recording on the first day of spring. So yeah, happy first day of spring, everyone. Um, and yes, I do go by the calendar date, like March 20th. Usually it's the 19th or the 20th or 21st. Screw it, I'm just gonna go with the 20th because it's easier for me to remember. For those wondering, why do you go for the by the calendar? Um, I mean, I don't know. I sit on the calendar. It's like, okay, cool. But then it's like, why? I mean, why not? It's still gonna be it's still gonna be like 3 months. Here's the thing: the winter starts on December 20th or 21st. Anyway, regardless of that, I mean, it's still gonna carry on to the next year. So I don't know what y'all complaining about, but that's how I do it. And honestly, I mean, that's just me. That's just me. So, with that being said, I did do a little something. I mean, since it is spring, I decided to do a little spring cleaning on myself. Um, 20. I don't know why I said that. But I did shave. I mean, because honestly, here's the thing. My hair does grow pretty fast, but if I leave it, I usually try to do it every 2 weeks. But I couldn't do it for for a couple months. I mean, I did have the mustache, but it's done. I mean, I did some face scaping. So yeah, I mean that's I am getting into the tradition of spring cleaning. Um, Another thing that I want to talk about, other than the spring cleaning, I have been losing weight, which surprisingly, the last 2 weeks up until now, I've gone from 204 pounds to 179. However, this week I weighed myself. I still weigh the same, and I'm like, huh? It just stayed there. Um, the only reason things have changed is because I'm working again and I got money and you know that gives me I buy groceries and all that you know and all that bunch. But yeah, I mean it does have something to do with me getting a job. I mean like I can't pay for food. I mean obviously I still gotta pay people. But regardless of that, it's come to my attention that I noticed that when I usually, work, I usually do tend to, when I get paid, I usually tend to, to go, buy groceries or, buy food. Well, after bills, of course. But I mean, if I have no groceries, I mean, is the thing. I have rice. I haven't cooked it yet, but I'm trying to get meat, so I can eat it with, I don't like as much as I like eating rice, I don't like, eating it by itself. I mean, after a while, I mean, it gets a little, boring. It did came the same way when I, kept buying chicken. When I bought chicken, it's like, I cut it in halves, but then, um, the thing about chicken is that it has like a 3 day shelf life when you take it home. It was starting to go bad like in the second day. Not only that, I had previously cut it and I thin sliced it, so that's probably why it was started to go bad. But the thing is, I don't like cooking. I don't like cooking chicken if it's thick. I don't mind. Here's the thing. I don't mind it, but the thing is, it takes like a while to cook. I mean, for when I usually if it's like a thin piece if I butterfly it like cut it in half. Each piece is like 3 minutes on each side. I mean, with this, I probably have to do like 6 minutes. I mean, but that's how I cook my chicken. I mean, for my meat, I usually, if I'm grilling carne asada, it's usually like 3 minutes. I usually cook it like the same way as the chicken, 3 minutes on each side. But here's the thing: if it's a thick chicken breast, it's 6 minutes on each side. Pork chops is a little different because the timing can be a little bit off. Um, each each recipe is like, oh, cook it for like 8 to 10 minutes per side on medium heat, and I do, but usually it does come a little, not done in the middle. It's a little pink in the middle. So I tend to, which is funny. I haven't had pork chops in like a long time, and the thing is, I haven't had a soda like literally. I haven't had a soda like in weeks. Like I'm not even kidding. I think it's like 2 3 weeks that I haven't had a soda. But still, I mean, I've had juice, but I usually put water in that, or normally just water. And I mean, hey, I mean, I'm surprised by it. I am planning. I mean, I'm gonna go into buying fruit now, cause honestly, I mean, I really need like natural sugars. Actually, not like processed sugars. I mean, my body has shown signs of like detoxing. It was like, yeah, it's like it's. I've seen the withdrawals. I mean, and that's what happens when you don't give your body what it's usually used to. That's when like I said, I haven't had a soda like in 3 weeks. I mean, I've only had water and juice, and that's it, and the occasional lemonade, but that's it. Other than that, no soda. And I'm surprised about that too. I have noticed that. Um, so I, I mean, it's probably gonna grind to a crawl from now this point on in terms of losing weight. Which honestly, I don't mind. I mean, I've already lost like 20 pounds. Hang on. Well, yeah, it's 20 pounds. Um, say 20, 20 pounds out of 200 would be 184. So I'm getting there actually. I mean, cause hang on, let me check. Cause I have been recording like my entire like weight, and honestly, I mean, I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job. Yeah, let's see. I started at 204.7. 204.7. Hang on. 17 minus 179.2. I've lost 25.5 pounds. I mean, honestly, that's pretty amazing, actually. I mean, I never thought I'd lose that much weight, to be honest. But the goal is still set. I am gonna go to 120. No, no, not 120. Sorry, I am trying to get back to my high school weight of 150 because you know what? That's a goal that I set. Um, because here's the thing for me. Um, shit. Sorry, but yeah, I mean, I'm still trying to get back to my weight of 120. Not sorry, at 158, and then I'm trying to go back to 175. And I feel like that's a good goal right there, especially if you're trying to, lose weight and then trying to gain some of the muscle back. I mean, I get it. I get it. But honestly, I mean, huh. Hang on, guys. I'm looking something up right now. But honestly, it is I mean, it is a challenge, It is a challenge. I mean, for hey, I'm trying to lose weight, but at the same time trying to gain muscle. There's nothing bad with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Years ago, I would have like said I'm gonna lose weight, but then nothing happened. Because honestly, I mean, what can you do? What can you do if you don't commit yourself to trying to lose weight? And honestly, I mean, you know what? It's in hindsight, I'm really, really glad I did it. That I'm doing this because, honestly, I mean, it's long overdue. I mean, it's way, way overdue. I mean, because here's the thing: as a diabetic, it's one of those like, dude, do it, and you gotta change for the better, or else it's gonna stick with you. I mean, it's at some point it's gonna kill you. I mean, if you just like let it persist. But honestly, I mean, I'm glad I'm doing it. I mean, it's this spring. My goal is to at least, like I said, 158 gets back to 175. With muscle. My goal is to try to be like at least somewhere between, obviously 10 is starting to get a little husky. I'm trying to go to the average, like 8-7% body fat, because my BMI is pretty bad. It was like 34, dude. Trust me, that's wow. But honestly, I mean, I will, honestly, I mean, I'm willing to put in the effort for that. I mean, unfortunately, I couldn't, go, to the gym because of, sorry, but ooh, damn. But I'm trying to, straight. Anyway, long story short, nah, I couldn't go because like normally the people like go to went on a trip, so yeah, couldn't really do anything, and like I said, I couldn't really have the funds to go. But honestly, I mean, I don't know. Anyway, um, before I go, because this does, this does go into the next story, but um, as far as my jobs are concerned, I'm getting more hours in my first job, which was my second job, and you know what, and just to say it, my first job that I got before I got my second job, which is not big. Okay, long story short, I worked at Chipotle, and and honestly, I'm just gonna straight on say it. I mean, for the work they're giving me, I'm calling it quits there. And there's no, look for a second. No, no. Okay, I am not. The reason I like my second job better, well, my new job basically, is that I get hours, I get something to do. And yeah, there may be some rushes and everything, and there might be some times where I'm a little bit overwhelmed. But at the end of the day, hey, it's honest work. I mean, at least I'm not like at the end of the day, like at least I'm not sitting at home doing nothing with my thumb up my ass. So I've decided, you know what? Screw it. After this week, I'm gonna put my letter of resignation. Um, you know, after my next paycheck, after my last paycheck, I don't know, which is on the 29th because it's bi-weekly. But long story short, I'm putting in my letter of resignation, basically saying, look, I appreciate you hiring me. However, since you're not giving me the hours I need, it's really difficult for me to continue on with this job. I know it's been barely like what 2 months, but like I mentioned before, I have bills to pay. Like I can't just like rely on one day's worth of work. I mean, I feel like it's been like a total waste of time because mean, nothing's happened. It started good. I thought it started when you started canceling those days, and that's actually when it did start. Like I was working like 2, maybe 3 days at most. Okay, fine, I get it. Like, I'm like okay, but then they started cutting. It was like, okay, don't come in today. It's not busy. Then the next day, oh, don't come in. It's not busy. Okay, then let me do something else besides kitchen. There are other things to do. Let me sweep. Let me clean. Let me work the front. Let me know how to work the front. Like the cat, like instead of just like letting, like just like making me just like cook food and like wait for it to cook and like all that stuff. I mean, then what's the point of hiring me if you're just gonna just hire me as a cook? I need to do other stuff than just like, cause there's times where like I just stand there and they tell me, look, make something, okay, and at the same time it's like, okay, I already made I already cooked chicken. Why do you want me to cook more? Like, no, better yet, I cooked like 2 batches of chicken. Why do you want me to cook more? It's not busy. I mean, it's not as busy, and you have enough. Okay, there's no rush. And then I'm cooking beans, and then it's like, okay, make another one. It's like, dude, I just gave you beans. They're just gonna be sitting on the stove. So, TLDR. After I get my pay, I'm basically gonna write out the week. So next week will probably be my last week to work there. So yeah, I'm probably only gonna be paid for one day's work. I'm probably gonna be paid one day's worth. But honestly, I don't give a shit. Honestly, I mean, this was on you. And basically, and if I do end up working like one more day there, and if I get a paycheck for that one, it's like, all right then. All right, cool. One more check. See you later. I mean, honestly, as much as I like hate quitting jobs because like most of the jobs is like some I actually quit because you know what, dude, I can't take it, man. Like I can't take the stress. I'm kind of feel like I'm overworked. I'm working one job and then I'm working the other, dude. I barely like. I'm only home for like a few hours and then I have to go, and then then the commute's really killing me. Blah 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 and all this stuff. But honestly, man, it's like one of those things. Like, dude, I need like yeah. But for this example, it's like, dude, you're not giving me work. So I'm sorry, you leave me no choice. I have to stick to my primary like job, which is actually paying me. And not only that, I mean it is a union job, so I mean, so I technically do get paid like like I do technically get like 4 days out of the week. Well, next week is 5, but honestly, I'm not complaining about that because honestly, I do need the hours. Because I have bills to pay, and frankly, I mean, bills don't wait for anyone. So, with that being said, yeah. I mean, sorry, Chipotle, but I mean, there's nothing towards the company. It's just that, I mean, dude, I hate downtime. I really do. After a while, it gets so boring. I mean, I go work out, but I can only do so much. I mean, I go like I go to the park. I run the park, and since this is one of those parks that has like workout stuff, I try to do that stuff. But I'm there for like an hour and a half at most, like before I start walking back. And don't get me wrong, the walk there, I actually like walking there. I mean, good cardio. But the fact that it's like, bruh, like I'm only doing this like I do this again like once like two and like twice. So basically when I'm not working. But not that I'm working, I'm like it's gonna limit me to just like one day of exercise, which honestly I don't mind. As long as I get to work out on Sunday, like and another thing, sometime soon I'm gonna get I'm gonna get like a gym membership actually. So I'm basically gonna which honestly based on where like where the gym is at, that like the nearest 24 hours that I'm close to, I don't mind working out there. I mean, I don't mind paying like $40 just to go there like once a week. 'Cause, I mean, I'm using it like per month, so yeah. I mean, might as well, right? So might as well just like, you know what? Might as well take the opportunity like for that one, for that day. Like, here's the thing: even if it's just like one day a week, it can add. One day a week, it can add up. So I'm doing what I can. I mean, it is my health. So, I mean, there it is. Now, given to why I couldn't go to the gym last week. And by the way, you might want to prepare yourself. This is gonna get a little, deep. It's gonna be like a food for thought kind of conversation. But anyway, um, yeah, the people that I usually go to the gym with, they went to Vegas. Obviously, I couldn't go because money issues. They have a good time. I see in their social media. I saw what they did and all that stuff. I mean, it looked pretty fun. Um, but then they came back, and I don't know what it was or what had happened. Like, I mean, I mean, I don't know what it was during the day, but somehow when we hung out, and the way they described it was, dude, you're coming off a little bit too aggressive. We're trying to have a good time, but in here you're trying to kill the buzz. And then it's like, dude, and then one of my friends is like, dude, what the hell is your problem, man? Dude, he wasn't trying to be like aggressive. Like, dude, we weren't trying to be aggressive with you. We're just trying to like ask you like simple questions. I don't know why you're lashing out. And it's like, dude, you're glad that one of them like that, like this guy didn't like like, dude, that's why he told you, like, dude, like, shut the fuck up. Okay, technically he didn't say shut the fuck up, but basically, well, like I was starting to like be fuming a bit, and then like I was like, I was like, just being blunt with me. And yeah, and here's the thing, and this is when I told him, dude, you want, and then he's like, dude, you want to know why? And yeah, and this is what I told him. Part of what I said, dude, I'm having a midlife crisis, which, by the way, I'm not. I didn't have it wasn't a midlife crisis. I'm here to set the record straight. It's actually an identity crisis. Like, and here's the thing: my friend just turned 30, and I told him like, dude, like, yeah, like, and this is what he said. He said, dude, everyone matures differently. Like, everyone like get like, sees things as they get older. And I said, like, yeah, I mean, and here's the thing: some people get like an identity crisis before 30. Some do get like in like mid 30s to the probably like till their 40s. So that's actually where that midlife crisis comes from. But for me, I mean, it took me by surprise. Like, no joke. Like, this whole reality thing is like more, well, yeah, unless if you want to call it a reality check. This whole identity crisis just came out of nowhere. And everyone was like, and it also went to like, here's the thing, dude. Like, and this is one of my other friends that said, like, dude, you just expect a relationship to happen, dude. It takes work. Everything takes work. Getting your license, like paying bills is work. Relationships are work. Everything's work. Even work is work. And a part of me, like, dude, I didn't want to say it, but here's the thing: no shit, everything's work. And here's the thing: what I was told, like, the thing about like one of my two friends, friend A that I like, my friend that just like talk to, or just let's just go A and B. A said B is more, and it's okay. A is like, I'm not trying to be a dick or not trying to be messed up, but you are like this and this and that. Person B, however, he just like gets straight to the point. It's like, dude, like this is like, dude, you're being like this. You're just lashing out because this and this and that. Well, yeah. I mean, here's the thing: when you have no money and like you're just trying to scrounge by. I mean it's hard. What do you expect from me? I mean, and I said like, dude, certain people live to a different bar. Here's the thing: I have my own bar, and I'm exceeding it at every time. And for context, the reason B is like the way he is because, long story short, things were said, and I kind of ended up like breaking his. Well, and the way he said like broke is like his trust, like he doesn't trust me, it's like, or he basically, the way it's like oh he acted just as I expected, and nothing changed. And then with this whole conversation went to like, dude, you have to change. And I said like, dude, and like the reason B is like that because like I would literally say I'm doing the best I can, or it's not a quick fix. And he's like, well, and A says, yeah, that's kind of his point. Like you really haven't progressed like from like when the time you said that. So to him, it really doesn't mean anything because, I mean, you're still at the same place you were when you said it. That's why he's like the way he is because like B is the kind of person that like he gets to know someone, and if he views somebody in his life like, hey, that he seems for like he like he deems like worthy, like like that he can trust, then he's gonna stick with them. He doesn't have time for people who are like, in a sense, the way I interpret it is like people who aren't living to their potential at least, and like, or basically just being dead weight. He just like cuts them out of his life. And here's the thing: he has done that. He has done that. Obviously I can't name people, but I've seen like a few people that he's done that to. Not one to some more like, well, not recently, but like there are a few that like a few in the years I've known him. So that's in the sense, it's like, dude, and friend A says, you know why B doesn't really take you seriously? Because your logic doesn't really make sense. Like your opinion doesn't like. It's not that it doesn't value your opinion. It's that it doesn't make sense. Like you say one thing, but then like it contradicts it. Which I admit that has been the case sometimes, but like another thing is I haven't had contact with them, so it's not really the case anymore. Um, and then I said, well, yeah, he kind of like, I don't know, like kind of expects the worst. Like, well, and friend A says, well, yeah, because he's seen you at your worst, so he knows. He basically knows what to expect of you, so it really doesn't surprise him anymore. Yeah, you can. In the sense, I feel like I'm not sure if he said this, but like, yeah, you could try to change, but his perception of you isn't gonna change. He's still gonna see him like, and every day and here's the thing, the day they came back, and here's the thing, they bought pizza, and the thing about it is that I don't like it when people eat that because like, in a sense, I don't want people feeling bad. So it's like, oh, you want a slice? But then it's like, dude, it's like, a part of me wanted to say, like, come on, man, you guys couldn't have eaten like before. I mean, I don't want to sound like a dick. That's why like I had it in my hands, like, and even they says like, dude, we're not allowed to eat. Dude, just because you didn't eat anything, don't put it on us. I don't know why you have to be this kind of person where you have to be like, dude, I'm like, and this has gone to like the whole pride thing. It's like, dude, why do you have to be like, why do you have to put on this like, like this, tough act like you don't need like handouts. It's like, dude, you owe us money. You basically are. And here's the thing: the reason I have to put that act is because here's the thing. I stick to a principle of mine, and it may not be the best logic in the world, but fuck you, it's my logic. The way I see life is, I mean, I'm at the point where like things are starting to get too real. I mean, well, I mean, to make long story short from another story, like if I don't make bread this month, my brother's gonna kick me out. And it's like, and they're like, without hesitation, it's like, nope, you're out. I'm tossing your shit out. I'm either tossing in like, either take what you can, like take whatever you can, because I'm tossing everything out. And honestly, it makes sense why you would say that, because yeah, I mean like, and he's like, dude, I can't support you. That I get. But here's the thing: the reason why I have to, be like that is that, dude, I have to go through struggle. And whenever there's struggles, like for me, I always pull through. I find a way. I mean, like, some of the jobs I had to, to bounce back were a little bit demeaning, but I had no choice because, I had bills to pay. I had stuff to, do lawn, like pay for lawn, like detergent and all that stuff. I mean, it's not much of a tough guy act. It's more like, dude, I'm not trying to, well, in a sense, it kind of is because I'm not trying to show weakness, like. But a part of me is like, dude, you gotta stay strong, man. Like, just be patient. Just be patient. And then he just asked, like, dude, well, what happens when you can't bounce back? And here's the thing. I can bounce back. Why? Because here's the thing. I've been through this before. I've had worse. Well, recently was the worst, but here's the thing. I've been through worse. And even before that, I've been through like similar stuff like that. Well, not like, in terms of like, oh, I owe people money, but more like, oh, no job, but no bill, and like, but I got bills. I always bounce back. And I'm gonna say this again. There is a way. There's always a way out. It's not always an easy way out, but it's a way out nonetheless. I mean, when I was in debt, like for my dental bill, because I kept putting it off and off, and I was like $2,000 at least. I mean, it took me years to stabilize. Not even kidding. When I lived in Washington for a bit, that's when I started to get stable. I stabilized during that period, and it's like, okay, I can do this. Let's just get through it, But I always got through it. I get it. It's like my logic may not always make the best sense, but here's the thing. At least I'm not like, at least I'm trying to do something. All right? The people that I know, they've already settled into their lives, all right? It's like, okay, this is what my life is going to be. I can do this and then like, I'll just have a job and try and like and have a stable relationship with someone. Cool. I mean, that's for you. I mean, don't get me wrong. That's not a. I mean, that's not all. Not a bad thing actually. And to be honest, I mean, it's actually like if you want to live like that, go for it. But like, if you're like saying to yourself like, I have goals to do this and that, and you reach those goals and you're content, then fine, you're content. But some people take a while. For me, I want to go back to school. That is still on my number one thought. That is like, other than having a job, I mean, relationships like third or fourth. But like school is a close second. All right. Here's the thing. COVID kind of, and yes, I am blaming COVID for this. And if people are out there, it's like, oh, you can't blame COVID for anything, for everything. Well, screw you. I can. Why? Because I. Here's the thing. I like went to school, and I still have credits. And the thing is, I want to go do more with that. I actually want to actually transfer to like a 4-year college. I'm still trying to go try to apply to transfer to Cal State Long Beach. And here's the thing, they gave me a tassel, and I'm like, okay, why are you giving me a tassel? I didn't graduate yet. I mean, I still haven't earned my degree yet. I haven't gotten my AA to transfer. So technically, that tassel means nothing because I didn't earn it yet. That's actually why I'm having an identity crisis, because I've set a goal that I couldn't complete, and it's still on hold. And the thing is, I'm trying to do the best I can. Not only that, I'm trying to go for a motorcycle license. And he's like, and person C that was with us, I'm sorry if I didn't mention, it was like, oh, you can just get a nice job, get a $5,000 speed bike. It's like, okay, dude. All right, cool, that's nice. Well, maybe you can do that. All right? I'm not going to get a $5,000 motorcycle. Okay? All right, I don't want something that has a range of only 50 miles for a tank of gas. Okay? I'm not trying to get to point A to point B or point B and a half. I'm trying to go from A to Z. I want to get an actual motorcycle. Okay? An actual vehicle that I can actually depend on to get me from place to place to place. That way, I can visit my parents at least once a month or twice a month or something. You know what? Or if not, try and go twice a month, once a week. I don't know. But here's the thing. That upset me. Dude, here's the thing. As much as here's the thing. I don't mind you giving me a suggestion like that, but dude, you're basically trying to decide my future. I mean, I know you're not trying to, but dude, that suggestion to me, and I'm sorry, that sounds fucking stupid. Why? Because here's the thing. It's not oh, I no, it's that's on this. It's it's not. It's more no. Then it's not oh no, shut the fuck up. It's more a part of me is bruh, no, that's not what I want. You think you know what I want. That is not what I want. Is it trying to get a $16,000 motorcycle? Yes. For me, I want that because I actually want responsibilities other than just me paying my rent and pay my phone bill and other bills I have to pay throughout per month. A vehicle that I have to pay insurance for, or paying monthly payments for the vehicle. I mean, and I'm taking this from a guy who doesn't like to walk. Dude, you went to Vegas and they suggested walking. I cannot fathom, or what, I mean, you know what I mean, but I cannot ponder of how that went down. Cause trust me, you're lucky I wasn't there to say, bruh, stop being such a lazy ass and go walk. Dude, there's nothing wrong with walking. The only reason you're complaining is because you don't usually go out that much. Here's the thing. I'm and I'll admit, when I'm not working and got nothing else to do, yeah, I'll be a lazy fuck. I'll sit around and do nothing for most of the day. But at least I actually here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't mind walking. Why? Because I need the exercise. It's better than doing nothing. It's better than going back and do nothing after you're done having dinner or something. But trust me, just be glad I wasn't on the Vegas trip to tell you dude, get off your ass, do something, walk, get some exercise. I mean, and here's the thing: you can criticize me all you want about that, but dude, here's the thing: you have your faults, I have my faults, and if you want to get defensive by pointing out my faults, I'm like, fine. I'll admit I am fat, but guess what? At least I'm losing weight too. I've been losing weight since the beginning of the year. Yeah, you lost weight too, but I mean that's mostly because you've been smoking, and I don't mean weed, like actual cigarettes. Yeah, I don't smoke cigarettes, dude. I actually, I actually take care of myself. I actually eat well. Okay, I know what I can and can't eat. I mean, it's not rocket science. It's not like somebody pointed a gun to my hand and said, like, you better start losing or you're gonna die. If anything, that's your body saying that. But it's not like somebody pointed a gun to my hand and said, like, dude, you're gonna do this or you're gonna die. Or I'm gonna put a bullet in your hand. Or you're gonna, yeah, like a literal gun. Okay. Here's the thing, and also another reason, and just to get off a little bit off topic here, the reason I want a motorcycle is to, I want to do a trip. And this goes back to the whole, me like throwing a tantrum fit when I said, like, dude, he said, dude, you didn't want, look, I get it, you didn't want to go. And here's the thing, it's not that I didn't want to go, it's that I couldn't go. Here's the thing, I wouldn't mind, here's the thing, if we were going to Big Bear, San Diego, Joshua Tree, fuck it, I don't care, I would have gone. Or maybe even Yosemite, since, like, last year, like, we couldn't, we couldn't go to, like, look into that episode as to why we couldn't go. But yeah, I would have gone to either of those places, but I couldn't because of my financial situation. That's why. And yeah, sure, I can give the excuse because of that, but here's the thing, I have my reasons. And that main reason is, well, I wanted to go, but I can't because I couldn't afford it, and I didn't want to, I don't want you guys to pay for it, like, because at that point I would have been just like, I would have just been like leeching off of you guys, and honestly, like, I'm trying to stay away from that, and honestly, I get it, but that's how it is. My pay is, like, here's the thing. If I get a motorcycle, yeah, I'm going to have to work. My bills are going to be more constrained, like, tight because, I have to pay this and that. But still, though, it's a risk I'm willing to take, because and here's the thing, nobody forced me to do this. It's one of those, hey, I did it to myself. There you go. I can't because, hey, I just filled up my bike. I just topped on my tank. And, like, I'm going to the gym. Why? Because I already paid off all my bills. I got, like, maybe 20, $50 left in my bank account. I'm just going to go to the gym, work out, like, fill up, and then, grab a bite and then just go home. Simple as that. And honestly, that's the situation that I put myself in, And here's the thing. There's another thing. When friend A told me about how B is, and how he's never gonna see me, like, think highly of me, and it got me to think. Here's the thing. It's a fact. It's like. And this is actually where I'm going to, like, get a little philosophical here. And keep in mind, it may not make sense to you, but it makes sense to me. And honestly, if you disagree with it, then fuck you. It's my show. It's my thoughts. I don't give a fuck if you say it's stupid or that's, like, fucking, R word. Yeah, I can't say that because apparently there are too many soft people out there. Yes, you know who you are. And yes, I'm calling you out on it. God, bunch of social Karens. But basically, it was like, it came to I came to the conclusion that friend B. I mean, here's the thing: I could lose all this weight, work out, and get like like the physique that I wanted, and I could get my own vehicle, like for some motorcycle. Which, by the way, I'm still getting. I mean, I'm gonna get a car soon, but But regardless, um, it's more like yeah. After all that, here's the thing: I could do so much good. And this is another conversation I've had with friend A. It's like, dude, the reason like I feel like you're just expecting the good to come, even though you do good. I mean, yeah, and like if you think negative, yeah, then the negative stuff's gonna happen. But dude, you can't just like you gotta give it time. But and then my reaction was like, when? When's the good gonna come? Don't get me wrong, I have patience, but here's the thing, dude. I don't have like forever to wait, dude. At some like I just want something good. And obviously it's not gonna come out like out of thin air. I get that. But at the same time it's like, dude, I've done like here's the thing. Just because people haven't seen me do good doesn't mean that I haven't done good. Alright? So if you want to go on your high horse about it, go for it. I don't give a fuck. Because I know what I've done. I know who I am. You think you know who I am, but you don't. You may say you do. You may say, dude, I know you better than you do. I mean, at some points, yeah. But in like deep, way, way deep down, like in the, like, all the way down to my core, you really don't know me. Because honestly, I mean, it's not, it's not like you're a psychiatrist. Like, trust me, you can analyze me all you want. Yeah, sure, I'll show signs of like certain stuff. But at the end of the day, I know who I am. You can't just say, oh, you're this or that. Just like I don't like it when people call me autistic. Because first off, because A, I don't believe I am. And B, like, it's kind of, it doesn't really make sense that you would label me into something that I don't, agree with. And you can say, well, yeah, you may not agree with it, but that's what you are. Yeah. And when he's like, yeah, but if I don't like, no, here's the thing, I know I'm not. And then they keep bringing up all, then it's like saying like it's like somebody saying the Holocaust didn't happen, which by the way, I am sick and tired of people using that excuse, because they are two different separate things. It is documented. And for the whole autistic thing, if I have a professional that says, hey, we ran some tests on you, you're autistic. Alright, good. I will deal with that. It's better than having people tell me like random people tell me that that I am. Okay? I'd rather see some test on me as proof that I am. And if I am, then I'll say fine. Fine, you were right. I am autistic. Are you happy now? Good. Now let's drop the freaking situation. I mean, and the reason I'm getting defensive about that is because here's the thing. Like I said, I don't believe I am. And people can say whatever they want. Just because you have the evidence to say. It's like just because you have like the evidence doesn't mean like it's conclusive. It can be like you can have so much you can have so much proof that it could be wrong. You can just make it. You just can't have it be the case just because you see it and maybe it's not. Maybe there's something that causes it to be like that. For me, yeah, I get it. Sometimes there are certain cases where certain people will trying to rile me up to get a reaction out of me. I get it. I feel like that's how it's starting to go now in terms of what the people that I hang out with they're trying to get a reaction out of me. The thing is, I get it, but come on, you know what I mean? It's not like dude, I don't like being called that. And if they say, well, that's what you are, yeah, yeah, like, and I'll just say it again, no, I'm not. Drop it. And it can't. And here's the thing: it can't be like, oh, I'm not this, so therefore I'm not. I mean, I mean, take it as you will, you know. But I will end up. Well, I will end on this tangent. I'll end this tangent or this. I mean, unless you want to call it a rant. But the thing is, just because you know someone, doesn't mean you really know someone. Yeah, you can see how their habits are. You can see how they. You may even feel like, oh, you think, you may like assume you know. You may think that you know. All right. To paraphrase, you think you know, but you really don't. Well, I mean, you honestly that basically pretty much encapsulates and pretty much like says it. You know, but at the same time you don't know. I mean, you can go off and like in your long speeches about like how like some people are as people, and yeah, and you like see it, and so I just sorry, and just like say things just so they can do it just to prove you're right, like prove you're right. But here's the thing, I'm not your fucking performing monkey. I'm not your science experiment that you can say, bingo, I knew it. I knew he was gonna do that. No, don't treat me like that. Because here's the thing, why are you really benefiting from this? I mean, I get it, you're not. But dude, what are you getting out of this? Are you trying to be right? I get it, you're trying to be mature because you grew up like differently than I did. We all grew up differently. And you had to grow up faster than I did. I understand that. But here's the thing, just because like you act mature and like and say all this stuff like that makes you sound mature doesn't mean like, and here's the thing, yeah, you may be mature, fine, I'll give you props, fine, you're more adult than I am, good for you, all right. But if it's if it's comical, then sorry, it was like, and here's the thing, I mean, you can say shit about people, I mean, if it's comical you can, because I mean usually more or less I'll agree with it. But at the same time, it comes down to like, bruh, here's the thing, you may rip on me, and for the rest of my life, you may not respect or agree with everything I do, or like, or say like, oh, I wouldn't do this if I were you. Yeah, I get it. But here's the thing, I do have small victories. I mean, I do have victories. Cause just like what I said, like but they're small victories. And guess what? I take them. Why? Because that's what I do. Whatever I take out of a win, I take it. I don't just like, try to milk it out. Whatever I get is whatever I get. And honestly, that's the best I can do in terms of getting small victories. I could do more, but here's the thing, these things take time. And yeah, you can say, well, dude, you've been saying that for the longest time. It's not going to really mean anything. Or at this point, it doesn't really mean anything when you say it now because you said it so many times and nothing's happened. Well, guess what? Rome wasn't built in a day. You know? I mean, I feel like you're at the cusp of, yeah, like, dude, I want this guy, like, I want this guy to be the way I can phrase, like, look, I don't care what he does, but if he improves on himself, all right, good, great. I mean, it's his thing, not mine, but hey, good for him. But in that instance, like, yeah, good, I get it. But here's the thing. It takes time. All right. Yeah, it may not mean anything to you, but it means a lot to me. All right. Because here's the thing. There are people that are older than me who still haven't found what their like purpose is. They still haven't. They're still like debating. They're still working like. There's. I mean. They're still doing like. They're doing stuff that even I find like like cringy. Like and like an example is like those guys that watch anime all day and have it's like, oh look at me, I got my samurai sword, I got ninja sword, I can Naruto your ass. Like shut the fuck up, dude. I am not those people. And yeah, some of the stuff, yeah, it may cringe you a bit. Like for example, the Taylor Swift tattoo I got. Okay, big fucking whoopty doo. All right, dude, I got it. It's not your problem. I mean, I don't know why. Like if I get it. It bothers you. You don't want to look at it, but guess what? I got it. And here's the thing. And guess what? Since we don't hang out that much, you don't have to look at it all the time. So be grateful. You don't have to look at it all the time. But for the time that you do, just go with it, dude. Yeah, obviously it's gonna be hard to ignore it, but dude, it's my choice, dude. And even people today said like, dude, why did you get that? And here's the thing, I said it. It was my birthday, so I figured why not. But honestly, now that I look at it, that whole Taylor tattoo, it's one of those things like, you know what? I made the choice and I'm sticking to it. I'm sticking to my guns. People now, I mean, even the Swifties who don't like it say it's like, oh, it's terrible. Well, guess what? I like Taylor Swift. Doesn't make me a Swiftie. I'm not a freaking super fan. Okay? I'm not gonna be like, oh, you disrespected Taylor, fuck you. No. Here's the thing. I can like the artist. Here's the thing. I can like the art, but the artist is a different thing, alright? I may not. Here's the thing. There are some things that I don't like that she's done that I didn't like. I mean, yeah, I defended her when, like, with the whole, Kansas City, parade shooting. And she gave, like, this much money to the victim. Like, to pay for, like, funeral costs or whatever. And people gave shit. It's like, oh, only that much? And my response was like, dude, be glad she gave something. Or when that AR came out and she was like wanted to sue the person. Okay, that was stupid. Go to the app that does it and said, I'm suing you guys. Get rid of this stuff. Don't go after the person. Don't go after the user. Go to the source. But again, I'm getting off topic here. Look, the point is, I could do all this stuff and it wouldn't matter to him. Cool. Okay, I get it. It's not your thing to deal with. It's my thing to deal with. And if you're gonna act like that, like, fine. Like, I get it. At some point, you're never gonna like see me in in a good way. I get it. I understand that. And if I have to deal with that every time we hang out, then so be it. Okay? I mean, here's the thing. Fine. Here's the thing. I'm still gonna be the same person. And even when I said, oh, then you're not gonna change, it's like, okay, that is where I'm gonna stop. It's like, dude, I don't mean to sound rude, but shut the fuck up, dude. Okay? Everyone moves at their own pace, alright? Alright? I'm just dealing with it. I'm coming to terms with my identity crisis. And I'll admit, it is an identity crisis. Because look at me, I'm in my 30s and I haven't done anything that I wanted to do. I mean, okay, obviously I don't live with my parents anymore. But hey, at least that's a victory that I can take in solace, knowing that, hey, I did it. And mostly because, like, here's the thing, my parents were starting to, get, real tired of me. So, that being the case, I mean, yeah, like, again, and here's the thing, that alone, that's a small victory. I'll count it. I have enough points to transfer to Cal State Long Beach. That's a victory right there. I mean, yeah, sure, I still have to go complete my gen eds, but still, though, it's a victory nonetheless. It's something I can be proud of doing. Because it's like, hey, this is what I'm doing, and this is what I chose. I chose this, I'm going to see it through. And here's the thing, I will get through school. It's going to take a while. If I have to graduate at the age of, what, like 35 or something, I don't care. I don't care if I get my master's when I'm like in my 40s. I mean, hey, I go with my master's. You know what? I'll go for a PhD. And it was like another 4 or 5 years. I mean, why not? Keeps me busy. But hey, but at least it's like, hey, at least I can like do what I set out to do. All right. And here's the thing: my cousin man went to college, to be a nurse or whatever. But here's the thing: if it's like a bachelor's degree or something, and yes, I am so salty that my cousins actually like finished their college before I did. But here's the thing: I'm not stopping at a bachelor's. I'm going to a master's. If that's not good enough, if I can do it, and here's the thing, and that's if I feel like it. So again, before I get off topic, because I gotta start closing this up soon, because I have an interesting "Have You Heard" segment. But God damn it. But anyway, the thing is that sorry, I'm looking at my phone. But here's the thing. You can say all you want, all the criticism, and it's like, dude, we're trying to give you criticism, constructive criticism. We're giving constructive criticism, but you take it as criticism. Like it's hurting you, like, dude, you sound worse than a guy. You sound worse than a person who's triggered, like who's woke and is triggered. Well, okay, all right. He didn't say that, but the thing is, and I kind of, you know what? I'll admit, I have taken it like that. Why? Because here's the thing: I'm still coming to terms. I'm still coming to terms. But honestly, you can say all the stuff you want about me. It's really not going to matter to me. Because here's the thing. I know what I have to do. And you know what you have to do. And what you have to do doesn't involve me. So don't tell me that you did this and that. Okay? Like, hey, bang, hey, you got a new girlfriend? Hey, cool. You went, oh, you're getting engaged? Oh, cool. Nice. All right? Just focus on what's good. And here's the thing. I'm not your good, all right? Focus on what you need to do. Don't focus on me. I mean, because here's the thing. I get it. I'm not your priority. But if you keep telling me these things like I am, it's gonna slow you down. So, in a sense, it's not like, oh, ignore it. It's more like, dude, don't focus. Like, do your thing. Don't worry about me. And because here's the thing. Because I'm not on your priority list. I shouldn't even be on your priority list. I mean, because it's stupid. It's stupid that, I mean, honestly, man, I felt like Honestly, I want to say more, but I feel like at this point, I feel like I've said what I need to say. I mean, don't get me wrong, I got more to say. It's that, like, it's an hour long episode, and I have limited time, so might as well just like move on. So I'll continue on. If anything, I'll leave that for another episode. So now that I got that out of the way, it's time for everybody's favorite segments. Have you heard? Now, Have You Heard is a segment in the podcast where I talk about news stories that have not made that aren't technically, headlining news or breaking news, but yet garner attention. And for this one, okay. Hang on, let's see. Let me test something.
Oh, you're selling your body to the government. Being in the army is worth.
Okay, I'm not sure if you heard that, but yeah. So for today's Have You Heard? This involves Mia Khalifa. For those who don't know who Mia Khalifa is, he's an adult star. Who was who did the infamous hijab scene, even though the even though and by the record, I've seen that scene. It's a threesome, and there's another chick involved, and the chick that she's doing the scene with isn't even Muslim. She's Hispanic. So yeah, and normally throughout the year, it's like she's been getting into like these kind of controversial issues. For example, like there was this one time where like she says, "Oh, I only got paid this much for the scenes I did," but that's not the case. What is the case in this case? This was actually from February of last month of this year. Sorry, this February it was basically last month. So basically, she got into a bit. Well, she created waves. It's basically this. Back in February, she had a hard take. She had a hot take, and it was basically that her take was that the army is worse than an OnlyFans. And here's the thing. This is actually, and the reason why is because I saw this and I figured, what, this would make a good topic, because what's interesting about this situation is that I mean, how do I put this? The thing about it is that there are some people that are actually, backing her up and say, like, she does have a good point. So I'll read it. I'll read most of it. Actually, you know what? I'll read all of it. So, Mia Khalifa is someone who has proven to be controversial over the years. Overall, the former adult star is someone who has no issues making waves with her comments. For instance, she was caught. She's caught a lot of flack months ago for her take on the Israel and Palestine situation. She wants a free Palestine. I mean, I get it, because she's from Lebanon, so of course she would, say free Palestine. However, she also said that she stands with what Hamas is doing. That's... Ugh. Anyway, I mean, not only that, I think she also like bashed Tiffany Haddish for like her pro-Israel thing, but I'm not getting into that. Anyway, many took issue with her support for the political group, and it ultimately led to her losing some of her brand deals, which she actually lost. By the way, she got fired from Playboy for which I didn't know. But she got fired from Playboy for those comments, obviously. So like no, we were support. It's not like, oh, we're supporting Israel. It's more like, dude, like it's basically what you're saying is very like, you're making it look bad. We can't have any part of this. Anyway, furthermore, she recently did an interview with Z-Way, or I don't know, it's spelled Z-I-W-E, Z-Way. I'll pronounce it Z-Way. Where she compared joining the army to OnlyFans. In fact, she made the claim that the army is actually worse than OnlyFans. She made this claim, a lot of people were upset. After all, the internet is extremely hostile towards sex workers. Moreover, Americans are very productive of their institutions, such as the military. However, today, unexpectedly, the clip of her talking about the army has resurfaced, and people are getting mad all over again. Now, I have the audio, so keep in mind if you can't hear it, I'm doing what I can with it.
Worse than being on OnlyFans. Wow. You're selling your body to the government.
I'll replay it again.
Being in the army is worse than being on OnlyFans. Wow. You're selling your body to the government.
Yeah. The reason I had to play it again is because like it started like right in the middle, so I'm not sure if you caught all of it. But yeah, that's what she says, that basically you're selling your body to the government. Now, here's the thing. She got both negative flack. However, she did get some positive feedback. Because in the comment section of the post, one person wrote, "I'll always respect a soldier more than a porn star." Another person wrote, "And she sold her body to millions." Despite all the mean-spirited comments, there were some people out there who defended her take. For example, someone said, though, "She's right, though. Imagine dying for a country that has done nothing but create the problems that cause your deaths." A commenter wrote. Someone also wrote, "Facts coming back home like Popeye and potential PTSD ain't worth it. But at least she can start some generational wealth from what she does," said another. While Khalifa may continue to have polarizing takes, there are more people out there who will also always agree. I mean, here's the thing. And honestly, apparently there's... Yeah, let's see if I can read... I'm trying to just find some comments and on this article, because come on. I mean, here's the thing. There are people who are like some people will agree. It's like, it's true. Our country creates these problems and they expect us to deal with it. Someone commented, "Why is she even being interviewed? Like, who the fuck cares what this whole thinks?" Yeah. Obviously, like people who are like porn stars be like, "Yo, you don't, yeah, dude, you had sex for money. You're basically a prostitute on camera. You know?" Someone in this someone actually said this: "Joining the army is a guaranteed early death. Joining OnlyFans is a guaranteed rape." Okay, I don't know about that, but yes, that has happened before. But like, and here's the thing: the thing about OnlyFans is that it's here's the thing. It was mostly done as a blog for like other content creators. However, like around 2018, 2019, like it exploded because a lot of adult stars started using it, and now everyone associates OnlyFans, with sex. And yeah, I get it. And I can guarantee you that between 85 to 90% of the women out there that are doing OnlyFans are doing it for the sex. And also, there's another comment saying, "Whore thinks opinion is Whore thinks her opinion is valid, seen, not heard." Okay, that sounds a little sexist if you ask me, but again, here's the thing. Here's a quick little story. I enlisted in the Marines in 2011. Long story short, it did not go so well. I ended up, in this, basically I said I quit, you know? And everyone's been giving me flack about it. And there are some people that I know is like that won't even look me in the eye because of this. Because after a while, like a year, like afterwards, I started saying that I was. Now, keep in mind, I know it is a shitty thing to do. But the reason I did it is because, you know what? It's what I wanted to do. Yeah, I understand. I'm probably not be able to, like, I blew my shot. Like, I blew it, you know? And I felt so bad that I started doing it. But I haven't told people that much anymore. It wasn't until, like, 2014-ish where it's like, dude, you gotta stop saying that you did. Because it's starting, like, dude. Because here's the thing. One, there's, like, a couple people we know in our friend group that actually served in the Navy. I think he served in the submarine. But long story short, he was in the service. And when he heard that, it's like, dude, no, fuck this guy. I'm not talking to this guy. If he's saying that kind of shit. And yeah, and I totally understand why he said that. I mean, I haven't said it since. I mean, I'm trying to make, but here's the thing. He and I aren't gonna make amends anytime soon, or at all. I mean, given his preference, or I don't know, maybe. But who knows? But like chances, like there's a 10% chance that he's gonna be like, yeah, man, we're cool. Don't worry about it, man. No, it's a 10-90 thing. 10 with me, like, all right, well, we'll be cool. With 90, is like, no, man, like, dude, I can't be around you. Most of it just stuck to the ladder. But here's the thing. Another thing is that I've seen, interviews of, veterans saying, like, what they went through and, like, the PTSD they got. And then you see, like, stories about homeless vets. And it's like, dude, these men serve the country, and this how we treat them. So while I may not agree, I can understand why Mia Khalifa said OnlyFans, the army is worse than OnlyFans. Because, and I understand why. I get it. I understand where she's coming from, but the way she phrased it, but the way she came with it with that context is like, okay. I mean, because here's the thing. For those who may or may not know, I think she was actually like, in military school or something, growing up in the DC area. So I understand why she would say that. But here's the thing. In the military, you're shot by enemy combatants. Yes, you are more likely to die there to them. While OnlyFans, you just put your ass out there. Like, literally, your butt naked ass out there. And people comment, people tip you, people pay. That whole thing, And you have sex money. and basically you got naked for money. You did like you played yourself for money, which I think. I mean, apparently she's doing like not like in NSFW stuff now. Like she's doing like nudes now, so I think this is why she came out with it. But the thing is, she said, and here's the thing: it's still like it's still like adult content, and yeah, you're gonna get shamed for it. You are gonna get people who are gonna tell you, "Oh, you're a fucking whore." You're like, "Oh, you're basically a prostitute with benefits." I get it. I understand that, like, yeah, like that's the reaction. That's what people are gonna get out of that. But comparing those two things it's like comparing apples and oranges. To be honest, it's like I get it, but that's like a bad example. Where yes, I mean there have been cases where OnlyFans models have had stalkers, and there have been instances where some of them have been sexually assaulted, or in some cases, or in some rare cases even you know murdered or something, or killed. I mean, just recently, there have been like a few adult stars, two of them, like three that I've known. Well, two of them that I know. One of them OD'd. Actually, two of them OD'd. Actually, no. Here's the thing: it's only March, and three porn stars have already died, famous ones, and a fourth one is on life support. And if you don't understand, and if you don't get me, or don't know where I'm going with this, look up Cagney Lee Carter, Jesse Jane, and Sunny Leone. I think that's her name. Because here's the thing: two of them OD'd, Leone was murdered, and this one who was on life support right now, Emily Willis. Originally, they thought, oh, she OD'd. Turns out she was malnourished, and I think she went into some kind of shock to put her in a coma. She is still in a coma. Not only that, an OnlyFans has been not OnlyFans, a GoFundMe has already raised funds, and not only that, her family is actually preparing for the worst. As in, it's if she doesn't get any better, then it's probably gonna have to pull the plug. I mean, I'll get into that topic another time. But, it is what it is. But the whole Mia Khalifa thing, I get it. You're selling your body to the government, and they're just using you to get, to profit off you. OnlyFans is the same way. You sell your body, they're profiting off of you, your work. Basically all your pain and suffering. And yes, I understand. I get that. But here's the thing. You cannot compare the military to OnlyFans. If you want to make a good comparison or a good contrast, maybe compare the adult business to OnlyFans. Say the adult business is worse than OnlyFans. Boom. And then, if you said that, then yes, I understand that. Because look at it from one side. Like I said, people are saying, like, yeah, you're fighting for a country who's causing problems, and a country who's not even dealing with their own stuff right now. We're dealing, basically vets fall under illegal immigration and homelessness. Because they don't take care of you after you leave. They just leave you to hang. That they're just leaving. And I get it. But here's the thing: that is a bad comparison. I mean, like I said, I get where she's coming from. I get. Here's the thing. And if you're asking me where do you agree, my answer is in between the middle. It's like, yeah, I get it. They both have their drawbacks, but at the end of the day, you can't compare the military to sex work. That it's different. I mean, I'm not sure if you want to say prostitution is worse than actually, you know what? That's actually a bad example because prostitution is actually worse than adult entertainment because most of them go on drugs and they die. Sad reality, but it is. So yeah, maybe that's a bad example. But yeah, if you say the adult business and OnlyFans, then yeah, I get it because they fall they fall around the same category. So, guess that's it. That's my 2 cents on the matter. I agree, but at the same time, I disagree with her. If that makes sense. I'm in the middle. I know in some cases, you can only pick one. She's right for the wrong reasons. But at the same time, she's kind of wrong, but for the right reasons. I know what she's trying to say, but I feel like she could have worded that better. My 2 cents there. And with that, that does it for this week's rendition of Have You Heard? Not only that, I forgot to mention earlier that we are on episode 76. This is the 76th episode. So I'm sorry I didn't get to do like a 75th episode thing. I'll probably do when we hit 100 episodes. Because honestly, I feel like, that's more appropriate. So for my final thoughts, hey, spring is here. It's a time for change, things to blossom, things to change. I'm trying to change myself as a person, not just physically with my weight, but internally with my mental state. And my friend said maybe you should go back to therapy. I probably should, because it's gonna help me. And ultimately, it just comes out to me. Because we are all the subjects of change, But with spring also comes with new growth. Something has to die. So, with the whole putting my resignation after this week, I'm gonna say, what? I feel like if it gets me, hey, I'd rather work a job that pays me and gives me good hours than just some job that you're just gonna have me there, because I feel like I'm on call. At least you're saying, look, I'm doing this now, because if I don't do it, it's never gonna happen. And this is what it is. Also, it's nice to tell people like, hey, dude, quit being such a dick, quit being an asshole, quit being a little bitch about it. But you also have to remember that, yeah, you may say like, yeah, your intentions may be good, but you have to realize you don't know what's happening with a person's when you're like not around them a lot, because people can change. And I'm not saying that like I had to change a heart during those 3 days. It's more like something like woke from me that needed to be said. I don't know why had to be said on that day, but you can't deny that, like, well, I'm not gonna say, oh, you had it coming. It's more like, in a sense, I kind of had this coming to myself, because it's more like, ah, shit. Because here's the thing, yeah, I said midlife crisis. It's more of an identity crisis. I'm at the age where like I have to find out who I am. And I understand people aren't gonna. It's like, dude, you've been saying that for years. You can say it all you want, but unless you do something, it's not gonna work. Because here's the thing. Because if you're gonna do this, you might as well not do anything. My response to that is like, look, these things take time. Yes, I've said this in the past, but you can't rush these things. You're all wanting me to do it like, oh, I want you to change or else like get better. Okay, but you can't give me a. But I feel like you're rushing me. Honestly, I mean, here's the thing. I'm doing it on my own. These things take time. You don't like that? Well, too bad. Because, hey, I mean, it's not like a quick fix. And not to sound like a dick, but you might want to, focus on your thing first. Don't worry what I do, just worry what you do. Just keep living your life. Because here's the thing, I'm not a priority to you. I mean, I know that. You don't even need to tell me that. Because at the end of the day, yeah, it's up to me. But you also have to realize that you can tell people how to live their life. Yeah, I'll take some like bits of advice from like here and there. But you can't really expect a quick fix. You can't really say, all right, Google, download Bumble and like try to get a date and try to find try to get in a relationship. All right, good. I've had it for a few weeks. Nothing's happened. Again, you can't rush this. Also, because it's kind of BS that you have to pay for apps. I get it, programming the dating app wasn't cheap. But you gotta realize, dude, if you're offering it for free, then expect people to pay for extras. I'll do that, but what I won't do is dude, quit don't make it super expensive. That's probably why people don't want to. But I digress. This is getting off topic again. But all you can say, but you can say this and that. But here's the thing: I know who I am. You may say you know who I am, but like I mentioned earlier, you think you know, but you don't. Now my logic may not make sense to you, but damn it, don't. And I swear to God, don't be like, oh, so I guess you can be stupid then. Whenever I said, let me have my logic, okay? You can stand on you. You may not say, oh, I'm not on a high horse, but from my perspective, you kind of are trying to be on your high horse, and that's an opinion. Yes, and another thing comes with opinions. That hey, you may speak your mind, and it's like saying, hey, these are what I'm telling you. But yeah, that's just an opinion. To me, I can say that. Yeah, I every right. Here's the thing: even if it's right or wrong, I can say it's an opinion. Because if we disagree, because here's the thing: if there's a disagreement and we're arguing about something, and it's like this or that, if you say I'm wrong, well, that's your opinion. If you say I'm wrong, if I say, here's the thing: you say I'm wrong, that's your opinion. If I say you're wrong, that's my opinion. It's not about trying to be right. It's trying to and here's the thing: nowadays, you want to talk to me about common sense? Here's the thing: I have common sense. Don't try to drill into my head by telling me that I don't know what it is. I know what it is. I mean, I know. I'm not a child. You may seem like that, but again, that's your opinion. And again, and also, if anybody I know who sees this and says dude, you're just trying to play the victim, the hell I am. Well, anyway, that does it for this week's episode. Thank you guys for listening, as always, and like I always said, I'll see you guys next time in the next episode. And as always, this has been a podcast. Peace.